All right, so fellas, it's been a lot of stuff, in the news and kind of all over the place, and kind of another topic that we talked about was some of the things that's been going on with some of the younger blacks and authority and stuff like that. One thing I noticed is seems like it's a huge generational divide between young and old blacks. It's not, to me, it's not anything that's really new, but it seems like it's sometimes like it's growing. So I just want to kind of get y'all thoughts on it, what y'all think about it. Do y'all agree that there even is a generational divide? First of all, and then why?
Well, I really think it. I don't even think it's the youth. I think it's the old not liking the youth, and then the youth responds to the disdain that they have for them.
Right, because the old is what the youth wanted to be when they were the youth, but didn't have the balls to be that.
The youth are what the old people wanted to be.
Yeah, you said the old.
Yeah, but
no, the old people, like I'm saying, okay,
they look at them like that. I want it to be like that.
I wish I could have had the courage to say, I wish I could have beat up the police officer instead of getting my ass beat.
Yeah, but too, I think a lot of them, a lot of the old folks like to look at the youth and how they're wilding out and how they're lost, without taking the responsibility of the fact that you're responsible for that.
Right,
like, if your kid walking around with some fucked up clothes, you don't say, why your clothes fucked up? You put them in them. Like, the youth is in the position that we left them in.
Exactly.
We might not have went and dressed them and pulled their pants down and shit, but we done guide them enough to tell them, for them to have enough sense to keep their fucking pants up to begin with. But we don't connect to them to the point that we feel like we're responsible for how our people don't feel like they're responsible for how their own fucking kids are. You'd be amazed at how many of my wife's students, parents, talk about their kids like they're not even fucking connected to them. I don't know why he do that.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I mean, I think most of the time you are directly responsible. I think sometimes some kids just are, I don't know, for some reason.
There's an exception to the rule all the
time.
time.
A family of 5 and all of them doctors, and you got one of them that's just fucked up.
Yeah, that's one thing. But when all your kids fucked up,
there's something wrong with you.
The common denominator is you.
Exactly.
You a fucked up motherfucker chasing dick or chasing pussy or something.
Right.
And you ain't focused on your children and what your focuses really need to be.
Yeah.
Also,
I want to say one thing real quick. A lot of them old folks did have the same fire these kids had when they were younger. They allowed life to stomp the shit up out of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, basically beat them down, take it up out of them. They submitted. They became bitches, and they lost their fire. You know what I'm saying? They got humbled real quick by Earth. I wanted to speak on the other side for the kids. The kids don't respect a lot of these adults either, because, like you said many times before, these adults have failed these children. Even with some of these killings and shit going on, they won't even give their lives for their children.
They ride. I'm ready to ride. Motherfucker can smoke your son right in front of you,
and you want to talk about, you want to stand up and I don't want no violence, man. I don't give a fuck what happened. Fuck that shit, man. If somebody do something to either one of my children,
even if your kid wrong,
I'm saying, kill.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, like, y'all remember Troy, right?
Yeah.
And you remember
when the brother
stole his chick, and they said, all right, we can handle this, and if and we call it with this fight, right? And his brother was a little ladies man, ain't had no work. He was about to get killed, so Hector was like, fuck it. Hey, it's my brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, we don't have that. Everybody else got that. We don't be wrong most of the time, and we turn our backs on the youth, right? But even if the youth is wrong, for one, they kids, and for two, they you. So it don't matter.
Exactly.
Stand up for your own.
Exactly. I'm still your child.
It's a level of wrong. It's levels of wrongness.
Yeah.
I might be wrong if I go steal a fucking candy bar from the grocery store. Am I death sentence wrong, though?
I don't even know about that, because, what's the circumstances under that, though? You know what I mean? She might be hungry.
I just wanted to steal a candy bar. That's a problem. That's a problem, but that don't mean I deserve to die. You can be like, but you're going to get so many people commenting about the death of Ted, Like, that
Yeah,
nigga
he
should have
should've
stole a candy bar. Like, so kill that nigga because he stole a candy bar?
Hold on, but let's look at this differently. Let's quantize life. In another video, we said that America and even our own people put more value on fucking dogs and tigers than they
Put
do
more
our
value on
kids.
everything
Than our
except
kids.
black people, though.
They willing to get out and protest over fucking lying.
I think white people do that.
Yeah, that's
You know,
white
to be
people
honest with
shit.
you. That-
I
that's
see
some
some of
white
these
people
cool
shit.
ass niggas do the
Yeah,
same thing.
I heard.
Those are Negro kings.
Yeah,
those not black
that's a
people.
rare nigga
You know
right
what
there.
I'm saying?
Regular
It
niggas ain't
rare.
protesting.
It's a problem. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, regular niggas ain't just protesting dogs eating. Nigga don't give a fuck about his dog, but he hit somebody else's.
But you got some niggas, though, that still just, on that go along to get along.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you
that's the
respect.
ultimate thing. Like, I think a lot of the youth, I don't think the youth got too much of fucking respect when it comes to old people because black
don't.
people are always training their kids to submit from day one. I mean, what is the average middle class family's speech to their child? Go to school, get good grades so you can go to college, you can get a good job, right? And everything that goes along with a good job, you know.
Exactly.
I mean, and when your son says, "Hey, Dad, you coming to my game?" and he say, "Well, it depends on if my boss let me." I mean, at the end of the day, your son don't play the game. He don't understand why.
Yeah, your son looking like nigga. He let you.
Yeah.
I mean,
you thought you was that.
That's why I love American Gangster. Infringe, insist.
Right.
You want to use these words with me?
You gonna use these words with me?
My motherfucker,
right.
That's that thing with me though. When it comes to respect, and authority and all that, man. I'm not about to tell my children I got to see and no. It's going to happen, because I look at that also. That goes back to, I look at that as like it's like that has something to do with the generational divide. Like,
Right.
you have to get permission to
I mean, you look at it like this, in one way, from the standpoint from the kids not respecting the adults. You figure we live in a capitalist country.
Right.
So people are naturally going to respect money.
Yeah.
That's the thing that makes everything tick and all that. You can say money ain't important and all that. That's bullshit, you stupid. Fuck you. That's a whole nother issue.
Mm-hmm.
But people naturally going to respect money. If you're constantly telling me do this, but you've never attained any of the stuff that you're trying to tell me I need to get, and you're trying to tell me the path that's going down, but I don't see you doing anything to progress and all of that, I'm not going to respect you. If you're telling me go to school so you can get a good job, and I'm seeing people constantly going to school and not being able to get a good job, I'm gonna start thinking you full of shit after a while, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
And then ultimately too, I think that the black elderly don't have, even the ones who do love and care for their kids, still don't look out for them, right?
Right.
Prime example. I think were you at the auction with us when that white guy from Alliance was saying how he got 2 car lots and he only got okay. Well, we went to it was last year. We was at the auction.
Okay.
Right? And he was the guy we got the tow truck from.
Okay.
Right. He was saying how he was like, yeah, man, I'm so tired of cars. I don't even like cars anymore. But I got 2 sons. I got my 2 lots, and I'm saving this for them because I like real estate. He's like, I bought up a good percentage of Alliance, and that's what I really focus on. But my son is 10 and one is 12, and each of them gonna get a lot. And each lot was putting in like $250,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the pride in them. You can see and that's real shit.
You
He should be proud, right? Now at my gym, I talk to the adults, and they wear that pride from paying for their kids' school, and it's not the same fucking thing. Right. It's not the same fucking thing at all. But we think that. Like, you go through your whole life, you know your what your challenges were, what was fucked up for you and all of that, right? And we don't try to stop it for our kids. We just basically say, I got through, you can get through it too.
Right.
And if we do help, we basically pay for their school.
Yeah,
we leave them nothing tangible, we leave them no assets, we leave them nothing that's going to make their life.
Also, you got a lot of these people that think that a lot of people think they're doing the right thing
Yeah,
by
I
their
know.
kids.
Uh-huh.
But the problem is the game has changed also. Just because I was able to move out the hood and move to a middle class neighborhood, you should be able to do it too, Junior. The problem is when I graduated from high school, if I'm older, I might have graduated in 75 or 78 or some shit like that. Back then, you could go to college and get a bullshit degree and get a bullshit job that makes you middle class. Or you can even go straight from high school and get a job in a factory or something, become middle class. All you gotta do is fucking hold on to the job.
And
If you in a union or something, these niggas can't fire you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was your way of becoming middle class. So you feel like I pulled myself up by my bootstraps. It's not as easy in 2015 as it was to do that back then.
And then when I try to do it my own way, I'm on the internet making something, or I'm doing some type of business or some shit like that. You telling me to stop fucking around and go to school so you can make some real money. So you don't even respect the path I chose, but I know what's going on today, and you don't.
And you'll respect it more. You'll respect me more for going to school,
And
even getting a bullshit degree.
Even if I'm working for the guy that's doing what I'm doing. If he's doing what I'm doing, you don't like it. But if he's able to give me a check, you'll be happy with it because now I got a job.
Right.
That's fucking crazy.
You remember, and y'all ever seen Boiler Room?
Yeah.
You remember the monologue Ben Affleck gave? He was like, he was basically, saying what essentially what you said. And he was like, they don't believe what you're doing? Fuck you, mom and dad. What's some of the shit you talk when I'm making your Lexus payments and shit? Remember that? Like, that's, that's real shit. When you hold on to antiquated old ideas.
But you know what? The psyche of black people is so thrown off. Even when you making a Lexus payment, a lot of them will still say, you need to get a job.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the crazy thing about us. We feel like we have to be white stamped. You know?
Right. That seal of approval.
Yeah, we need something. We need a job. You don't have any security. You need to have benefits. You need all that shit.
Not realizing how they got that way though.
Up until recently, even if you see somebody with dreads or something, they're like, well, you know you ain't gonna be able to get your job with your hair like that or whatever. I think
so. Lose your identity.
But then that's when it goes to whoever said I wanted a job though.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But also, I think a lot of older. When I say older, I mean older, at least 50 something and up, at least. They a lot of times emphasize a lot of the wrong shit. Like you putting a little too much emphasis on pull your pants up versus handle your business over here. Learn how to start a business or learn how to do this. When you get set down to some people that would be considered older by some of these kids standards, that's 45 years old or something like that. That I think that generational divide lessens a little bit because now you can relate to each other. That y'all both was born in the hip hop age where you wearing Jordans and shit. Oh, I remember when them first came out. You know what I'm saying? They kind of understand each other a little bit more when you our age or a little bit older than most of us, and the kids is both of y'all wear polo shit or this or that or whatever.
But even with that though,
it's a little more understanding in there.
Once most of us go corporate, and a child makes a mistake the children make, that same person that can understand them Jordan still is saying why the child is wrong, and why he deserves what he got. You know what I mean? And like black people don't understand. They think that they think it's okay that our kids can't make mistakes. You get what I'm saying? Like selling a little weed, mandatory minimum. Selling a little crack, mandatory minimum. While other people sell coke and they slap on the wrist, probation and shit like that. Instead of saying, look, crack and coke is the same fucking thing. We say, well, he shouldn't have had no crack. And yeah, he shouldn't have. Right?
But it's not fair.
But that child got to make a mistake. And he got a slap on the wrist.
Exactly.
They just threw the fucking book at our kid, and you say, "Well, he deserved it because he shouldn't have done it." Right. Yeah, it does. There's no dispute. There's no rebuttal. There's no outrage behind the shit. Like we don't bat for our kids.
And see, and that goes back. And that
but they don't go to bat for themselves. These are the same people that will submit They taught their child how to submit.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So
But they gonna go to
like I
bat
said
for.
before.
But see,
They don't know how to teach them how to go to bat
Yeah.
for themselves if they can't do it for themselves. You see what I'm saying?
That's a good
So
point.
it's a cycle. So I'm saying, like, let's get to the root of where did they learn that shit from? You know what I'm saying?
but see, but that even goes back to slavery. Cause when it's talking about submit, that's what we are.
But you look at most of these people, but then every Sunday they go to church and then they want to jump in that submission pole pick and get some more learning on how to submit. Because to me, that's that whole principle there. And that's one thing that black folks can do, and they loyal and faithful to. Go on to that church.
Right. I mean,
Man, I saw a quote from John Henry Clark today. Where he said, "How can the slave master and the slave worship the same God, but they praying for different things?" You know what I'm saying?
And that's some other shit though. Like black folks, like that's part of our makeup. That we made it through the storm. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know.
And my problem with that is that our narrative is all about waiting to die.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
Like
suffer, and everything gonna be all right.
And when it's over,
when it's over,
yeah.
after you die, it's gonna be great on the other
The
side.
lights gonna come out. The lights gonna go out. You gonna wake back up and be like,
you gonna wake up with white heavens.
Yeah,
You gonna wake
you'll
up
be
with
like
white
Uncle
heavens.
Ruckus.
Yeah, you gonna wake up with white heavens.
Everybody,
white. You know, you back to where you know.
And you go, no more reason to lie. You gonna be the blonde hair, blue eyed you always been meant to be.
Right.
Hey, but I tell you, them Egyptians had it right. Them motherfuckers had it good on earth, and they took that shit with them too. So we gonna make sure that shit.
Oh yeah, let me bring this go.
But you know, it all goes back to what are we? No, or not what are we? Because we at that age, you know, what are we giving to our children to respect? So, but it's really what have they given us? Our parents.
Well, that's the next thing I was gonna ask even y'all. What can we even do? You know, from where we stand, because my thing is we need to give the young kids something to respect. Because you got so many people that's like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And they might say, well, do this instead, but what they're telling them to do instead is bullshit. How a broke motherfucker gonna tell me how to make $1 million? And I'ma listen?
Right.
I'ma listen?
But instead they're gonna say, you don't need $1 million. You just need yourself a good job with some benefits.
Right. They either gonna say that or they gonna talk about how we need to practice group economics and all of that. But you work for a white man and you ain't even interested in doing nothing else.
And that's what I tell my children. You know, my children's mother, they tell them, you know, you gonna go to college. No, you don't have to go to college. College ain't gonna do nothing, but that's you already put yourself in arrears because you're gonna owe some money and you just trying to get a job. You know, what do you like?
My motherfucking money.
Yeah, what do you like? Let's find out what you like and own that. You know, and if you're going to college, let's go for some certification. So you can have your own. The end all be all should be you should have your own. You know, respect yourself, respect the people around you, and have your own. Do for self.
And you should be happy.
And educate yourself. Not on some European, Eurocentric. This is how. Because I mean, let's face it. The school system was created by the corporation so that you could work for them. That's white and black.
Yeah.
Right. So you're not gonna educate yourself into success beyond what the corporation wanted you to be. You know, but you can educate yourself so that you can at least give your kids some game. If you feel like you lost in the game and you ain't gonna be but so far, you stuck in the job, whatever, you can give some game beyond that. Like one of my clients, she was saying she wanted to pay for her kids' school, but she already got student loans, and she would have to take more loans. I was like, don't do that. I was like, get her an asset, buy her a rental property. You know what I mean? Get her something. It don't make sense to bury yourself when you already buried yourself.
Right.
And what you've done for yourself ain't even materializing into something that's gotten you really above water. Right. So like if you're gonna take $100,000 out to pay for college, why don't you just borrow 10 and buy her house? It's Cleveland, you know? And then she can have some income property just bringing her something that can go toward that school, you know? But we got to start changing the way we think. Exactly. You know? And we got to start trying to give our children something that's going to benefit them. I had an African lady at my gym. I know you got something to say. And she worked real hard, just like a lot of Africans do. And we got a class up there. It's called the Silver Foxes. It's older ladies and stuff like that. And she was saying that she got to work because she wants to buy her son a house over in Africa, right? And all the older ladies was like, "You ain't got to do that." I mean, they said it all together. It was like they practiced it. It's the Temptations or something, you know. But to them, it was just like kind of outrageous for her to be working to buy her son a house. But it's like we think we supposed to buy our mom a house. Your mom really supposed to buy you a house.
Right.
Now my mom would never buy me a house, and I probably will buy my mother a house. But that's not the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
You know, it's not. It's
supposed to be passing down.
You don't have kids
It's supposed to be
so that they can take care of you. You know, you should be able to
Give some yours.
Yeah. And so, but to them it was just ass backwards. But
Right.
we're just ass backwards. You know.
What are we doing to let people know that we have respect, that we're worthy of respect?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You talking about the youth? The youths?
To let the youth
Older,
know,
being older. What are we showing?
I mean, some
worthy of respect.
some people just talking shit and all that, and they're not worthy of respect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Honestly,
That's what I meant.
when you think of everybody you know, and anybody even watching this, if you think of everybody that you know that's older that might have some type of opinion on the youth and all of that, how many of them would you really listen to when it comes to life advice and the direction that you should? They might have some wisdom. With age always comes wisdom,
yeah, exactly.
but as far as that
Some of that
guidance,
wisdom is dumb as fuck.
yeah. But as far as that guidance that a young person needs to grow up and become successful, not just to fucking not die and to survive, to actually thrive and become successful.
Right.
There's not a whole lot of people that you can listen to.
And plus, these kids know that most of them hate their lives. You know what I mean?
Right.
Kids listen to you when you talk. They listen to me when I talk. Because they know we love.
Right. I love my
Yeah,
life.
we both been 10 years we ain't had to work for nobody.
Right.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So it's different, but when you tell me I hate my life, but do what I did.
I hate my job.
Right.
And hopefully one day you'll be able to hate your life like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I hate my
Like,
job, but I'm getting up every day going to work. Though. Like, what is
a
it?
kid might
You
not
know
be
what I mean?
able to say what I just said, but they gonna feel that.
Right.
Like,
Because even if you're saying don't be
Yeah.
like me, be better than me, it's hard for me to listen to you when you
you're
obviously
not
don't like your life, and I don't see you trying to change
especially
it. So
with
you're
better
basically
than
saying
me
that at a certain point,
Uh-huh.
it's acceptable to give up.
Yeah.
Because you hate your fucking job, and just because you 57, you think it's too late. So you've given up.
Yeah.
But
And
you're
then-
telling me not to.
But then think about what better than me means too. Some people's better than me means pick a different major.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? One that's gonna cost you more, put you in further debt, make you feel like you gotta live in a nicer place, and have you in the same
Right.
fucking position still. Like it.
Come work in a
Yeah,
factory with me.
yeah. Better than me, our better than me is still it's the same fucking thing. You know, at the end of the day, in the black community, typically the doctor and the lawyer and the plumber and the factory worker got the same amount of fucking money in their account at the end of the month. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
And so it don't really matter. You telling me to be better than you, but your plan is still for me to do exactly what you did, just in a different suit. You know, my uniform is different, but that's your plan for me. My shit ain't all the way right, so do what I did in a different way.
Right.
Yeah, and kids ain't gonna listen to that.
And then you
Until
wonder
they
why.
break.
And you wonder why so many kids respect the dope man and shit like that. This niggas, they might not respect what he do, but they respect him because he's riding around in a nice car. This nigga's fly, all that. They respect fly shit. Kids respect fly shit, like we talked about. This is a capitalistic
And they
country.
respect success.
They respect success. They want nice things. They want nice clothes and all of that. They don't respect you trying to tell me, no, you can't have this. No, you can't have that. You're not telling me how I can get what I want.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me that the only way I can get what I really want is if I do some illegal shit. So I need to not do no illegal shit and settle for this mediocre fucking life that I don't want. I don't want that life.
That reminds me of that movie, A Bronx Tale. Y'all remember that movie?
Uh-huh.
Working
Yeah.
man is on.
Yeah.
Working man.
And Goodfellas, where basically little young boy got to go work for the mom and was making more money than his
father.
Right.
Uh-huh.
His daddy resented his
He
ass.
sorry as fuck.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I read, I was reading, his brother wrote it, but it was about Sam Giancana and how he came.
Oh, The Boss? Yeah, I read that.
Yeah.
It was good.
Was that the
It was called The Boss of Bosses or something like that.
I'm gonna check that out.
It's a good book.
He had a similar situation. That's kind of probably where they got that Bronx Steel shit from, because he, as a child, it was talking about from a child, little boy, he was a rebellious motherfucker. And he was talking about his daddy would beat the shit out of him, and he wouldn't even cry. And then as he became older, became in the streets, and he was to the point, he 14, 15, he already killed a man. His daddy was fucking scared of him and shit. You know what I'm saying? He became like the man of the house, basically. But his dad was what he ran, a lemonade stand or some shit like that. And this nigga in the streets getting out the mud and shit. You know what I'm saying? He coming home and breaking the family off, and he fucking 14 years old.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you're supposed to be able to pass down that generation.
You owe that to your kids.
Yeah.
I believe that. You owe that. If you gonna make fucking kids and all that, you owe them to show them the way, and not no bullshit ass way. I'm lazy as fucking. I want to sit around and eat donuts all day and shit.
Improve their position. Try to say I don't want them to go through this. And actually put them in a position where they don't have to go through it.
Put them in a position to where their kids.
Yeah. Think
Definitely.
beyond the
Take
moment.
that ultimate sacrifice. And that's
don't
another
think
thing.
beyond the moment.
Right, yeah.
We think about me, myself,
Exactly.
and I. And we so bad with it, we don't even think about our own fucking retirement. We think about right now, today,
coming out.
Right.
through next week.
You know what I mean?
You go buy me a car when I'm retiring, brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get this new car note, on social media.
like I remember seeing something. It said it showed like $200 jeans, $1,000 shoes, $100 shirt, $20,000 chain or whatever. Rapper, they ain't got Bill Gates. $10 shirt, $10 shoes, $20, whatever.
But see, I've always looked at
he
it
worth
like that's
this,
cool.
this many billion and this.
But I don't want no $10 shirt.
Right.
I like fly shit.
Right.
I want, but see, I want it all.
But see, that's
I want the
cool,
fly
though.
shit in the retirement account.
Yeah, exactly.
I want
That's
it
the
all.
whole
I want the whole
That's
fucking
the
pie.
whole
When I die, I want y'all to pose me like this, smiling like a motherfucker in my casket.
Right.
Like that nigga wasn't playing when he was on this earth.
Right, yeah.
I want it all. Let them. If you want to be a bummy rich nigga, do that. I don't want to be no bummy rich
even
nigga.
That on the flip side of that though, we may want to dress our kids nice, but what the fuck? Okay, we dress them nice. They in some expensive shit for the moment, but what are you leaving for them? What are you teaching them? You know what I'm saying?
But see, even when it comes to dressing nice, you got to teach them because we all know people that could put a sick ass outfit together that didn't cost $1 million.
Exactly.
The shoes might be expensive, but the nigga got the shirt from the fucking Goodwill.
Right.
He just put it together right. The nigga just know how to put a fit together. You know what I mean?
Well,
so that don't even all have to be expensive.
But that if that's the case, that's cool.
Definitely.
But I don't want my daughter worshiping these labels and thinking that's value and feel that that's self-vindication. I don't want
that's just stupid. That's just stupid to worship those things.
Yeah.
But you got these motherfuckers out here who worship that.
But that's
Especially a lot of
stupid.
these
But see, that's the
motherfuckers
people.
don't even like
That's people
black
who
people.
don't want it all.
Right.
You want to look like you want it all, but
got it all.
But man,
right, or that you want to look like you got it all,
rather
but
leave
you don't
that
want it all.
shit, you know what I mean? Like, but that's what it should be about: generational wealth instead of a generational gap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And generational curses.
I like that.
You see
I
what
like
I
that.
mean?
Yeah, I think a lot of black people don't even want to see their kids do well.
Maybe that's the answer.
Even if they
What was
get
that?
answer. I mean, that is the answer. You try to set your kids up for something.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why there's a
And teach them
generational
lessons.
divide, though. I
Teach
guess
them
what I'm
lessons.
saying.
Yeah.
Because there's no generational wealth. You my father, you my mother, you supposed to set me up. And since you didn't, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go out here and find my way.
Maybe naturally that's a divide, because if you think about it, like even if you had a strained or messed up relationship with your parents, deep down at the root, you still love them. They can be a fucked up piece of shit individually. But that's natural. Ain't shit you can do about that because they brought you into this earth. You see what I'm saying? So just like that, love is gonna be universal, even if y'all don't personally like each other or talk to each other every day. That's the type of relationship I got with my parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But even still, at the end of the day, I still love them, and I'm sure they still love me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe that's just kind of the root of why there is that generational divide. You know what I'm saying? Because you could, you know, the natural order of things. For example, let's talk about the animal kingdom and shit. You know what I'm saying? That bird or that lion. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna teach those seeds what they need to do to survive.
Exactly.
They gonna lay it out for them. You know what I'm saying? Watch me. This is what the fuck we do.
And they protect them. They
protect
their
them.
young.
Protect them.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the
A
thing.
mama
and we-
bear,
and we
you don't want to
don't-
fucking piss off a mama bear.
Yeah.
She'll rip your whole fucking face off.
Yeah, but
We don't fucking do that
yeah.
for ours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly, not at all. So I mean, at the end
Or
of the
you
day,
set them up for failure on some, you know, or if you protect them for some stupid shit like, you know, fighting some other little nigga in the street. You know what I mean?
But lay
Like,
down if it's the white man.
Yeah,
Lay down
exactly.
if it's the
Think about it.
policeman and shit.
Right.
Think about
right,
Trayvon Martin, or you think about a Mike Brown,
yeah.
right?
And that's some bullshit
You
too.
talk about a 16, 17-year-old kid. He sees himself in these boys. He looks like them.
Right.
You know what I mean? He dresses like them.
Right.
He
Talking
carries
about
himself the
them
same way. No, I'm talking about Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, right?
Okay.
The 17, 18-year-old.
If you at home and you just hear Mike Brown or Trayvon Martin got murdered, and then your dad is like, well, he was a thug.
That's bullshit.
I mean, that's gonna make you detached from your father.
Right,
'Cause you basically
right.
just told me that you'll let a motherfucker kill me. You know what I mean? Oh, he
Right.
should have been smoking weed. Your dad might not know you smoking
Right. You like,
weed.
damn, nigga, I'm high now.
Yeah,
I think-
yeah. And so it's the fact.
I think.
It's all about, like, black people don't love themselves enough.
Right.
So I don't think you can love your kids without loving black children fully. You know what I'm
And my
saying?
thing-
And so I just don't think the love is there.
I feel that.
And
The
another thing,
love just ain't there, because when you love your children, like watching, you got a daughter now, you got a daughter. Watching that little girl fucks you up. You know what I mean? With that
Yeah.
cop,
Yeah.
that shit makes you want
Hell
to
yeah.
kill somebody.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because you identify the fact that could be your daughter.
Right.
Exactly.
You know.
And then now, generational divide, because you got a black teacher, black whoever the fuck he was, a
He
black
black
man was
teacher.
standing there
Yeah.
and watched
He
that
called
happen.
the motherfucker.
Yeah, okay.
You don't
But-
have
but-
my
but
back. Yeah. So
But
the
you-
kids
you-
feel like they in it for themselves.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's say he called because he felt that he didn't have any other option. I think that's bullshit in itself. That he called the security guards, he had no other option. Then he beat her ass
And you
in front of you, and you did nothing. That's some Willie Lynch shit.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then,
this nigga.
hold up. And then, I saw on IG, a guy that was a student in that class or went to the school or something, was like, I asked him after the fact, did he feel bad? And this motherfucker response was, she should have listened, or something to that effect.
And that's some Willie Lynch shit because it's old against young, man against woman, light skin against dark skin.
Yeah, every kid in the face.
Big one
and it
against-
comes back to black people choosing their institutions over their people.
Exactly.
I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
I'm a staff member.
And he
You're
don't
a
wanna
staff
get
member.
involved. That
I'ma
ain't none of
back
my business.
staff
Right.
member
Well, I'm a
over
teacher
the
first.
child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you ain't. You a nigga.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You a
Exactly.
nigga first.
Exactly.
Don't forget
And that's
that.
and so, you know, he's a teacher, a male teacher. He's supposed to be a stand-up citizen, a member of society. How can I respect that? And you allowed that to happen to my
Oh,
daughter?
that nigga wife leave him, man, if he got one.
Man,
You
listen.
know,
I
but
wanted to beat his motherfucking ass.
She probably just as beaten down as him.
but you know what though, the women ain't always as bad as the men though. You know, and
Yeah,
it's-
you got
and
a
it's
lot
the
of women
man's-
that's tough.
It's
It
the man's
depends. It
job,
goes either
too.
way. Sometimes
You
the
know?
woman is not that's tougher than the man. Sometimes the men are such suckers
Hey,
that
man.
they form they formulate their opinion based on what the woman believes. Some guys want a woman so fucking bad that if she be
That's
like, all niggas is bad, he can be like, you know what, niggas is bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
That
But,
happens a lot too.
but a lot of times the women though, women have an ability to seek the alpha, stronger, better presence. You know.
Sometimes,
Sometimes,
man.
yeah.
It depends,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's
but-
good.
We just went to see Thea
And when
today.
that-
She said the exact same
Yeah,
shit.
when that real dude walks in the room.
That's what usually what she wants.
Yeah.
But if she can't get that, a lot of times
real
she'll
dude-
settle for this
Yeah,
suck
she'll
ass
settle
nigga
for
to
him,
just
but that don't mean
do
that
whatever
deep
she
down
wanna
she
do.
don't understand
Shit set up for
that
a pansy.
he's
Right.
a bitch ass nigga.
Right.
He came back again. But she got it. I mean, she might not know, but it's a possibility.
But he's obviously a
Because
bitch
at
ass
the end
nigga.
of
He's
the
still
day-
there and they do
You know
that.
what,
At the end of
brothers,
the
a
day,
lot of these
it's not-
motherfucking
it's-
women, they
yeah.
looking at how these niggas dressing
Yeah,
and shit.
but look, at the end of the day, it's not the woman's job to protect
Nah.
protect this
right.
this community.
The man.
It's
the
our
man's
job,
But we
right?
let it fall on the
And-
woman.
Yeah, but
too much
it's
sometimes.
And
our
that's why,
job, right?
And that's why men.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And so with that, women got to kind of go along with what they can go with what's going on. You know, truthfully, niggas done dropped the ball so fucking
That's
far.
what it
Oh
is,
my
yeah,
god,
yeah.
that
You
it's
got-
like.
you got-
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I mean, but no, we done dropped the ball so far and so bad
Mhm.
that it's kind of like you almost got to question yourself: why the fuck do black women even still fuck with
Right.
black men?
Right.
You know, but they know though. They still know that it ain't supposed to be this way.
Right.
You know what I mean? They just gotta kind of go along with the power
Going along
structure
to get along.
because it's not up to them to change the power structure.
Exactly.
You know.
And then that goes back, like I said, men aren't even, black men aren't even respectable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, some black men are not even respectable.
It kind of goes along with what we were saying,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
why the youth don't respect you. It's the same reason why a lot of these women don't respect you.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, just because she fuck with you, don't mean that she
She
respects
respects you
you.
at
She
all,
just needs
nah.
somebody to fuck with.
Yeah.